The Joe Rogan Experience.
I have to say, I have such fucking news politics fatigue already. We're 2 months into the sort of presidency, and it is the velocity of bullshit.
Stupidity.
If you can get 1 million plays in a day because Trump got bopped on the nose by a fucking boom mic, it just the appetite is, it seems endless for it. It just feels, it's exhausting. I'm kind of having to check out. And I know that people say, oh, well, it's a luxurious position. You don't need to pay attention to politics. It's a luxurious position for you to be in. People at the bottom, they do need to pay attention to politics. It's an interesting stat because actually the most educated, wealthiest people are the ones that spend the most time consuming news and talking about politics. It's the people at the bottom rung of the ladder that don't. So that's not true. I'm just fucking exhausted. I'm so...
You're allowed to be exhausted. It's ridiculous. Newsweek wrote an article about how one of the names of one of our podcast guests, who's a good friend of mine, Michael Costa, his name was misspelled accidentally.
On the feed?
On the feed.
On
and
the
so
Rogan feed.
Newsweek...
Is that you, Jamie?
It wasn't even misspelled. I don't know. It was miscapitalized. It's the second letter had a capitalization too on accident, and I don't know.
The defense rests its case here.
It wasn't even misspelled, right? It was M I, Michael Costa. Like me, Kyle Costa or something.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a headline.
It's a fucking article in Newsweek.
Do you ever think that your career would result in you having typos for a headline, Jamie?
I can't.
Newsweek.
I don't even know which ones we've missed. I'm sure there's been other ones. That's just the first one.
100%. What happens? It happens. People make mistakes. You're typing things in.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's an article that we're being called out for a typo.
Must be a fucking...
but it's just anything for clicks, man.
Slow week for news.
Anything for clicks.
That was something that I noticed, a trend that I've noticed over the last couple of years. Legacy media is really struggling to garner attention itself. It seems like fewer and fewer people are listening to it. We saw that over the last election. You know, it seems to me like the best way that legacy media can gain traffic is to talk about independent media.
Yeah.
How many times are we seeing headlines about Andrew Huberman or about the right-wing manosphere pipeline and how it's getting people to do this? Or the other side, like, why is there not a Joe Rogan of the left? Like, you know, whatever the headline is, more and more the way that legacy media is able to achieve traffic is only in reference to independent media.
Yes.
So then, as opposed to us being downstream from them, they're now downstream from us.
Yeah, and anything masculine is right-wing. Anything. You cannot be masculine. Like, you cannot be interested in physical fitness, anything.
It's a pipeline to being right-wing.
Yes. You can't like fast cars.
Nope.
You're not allowed to. You're not even allowed to like Teslas anymore.
Misogynist.
Which are the fastest cars.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a misogynist. You're probably racist. Maybe a Nazi. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put a swastika in your car just to let everybody know. There was some really fucking stupid graph that someone put up of how right-wing social media and new media people
That was the Media
dominate.
Matters study. Yeah. This is interesting.
I was
Jamie,
at
can
the
you try
top
and
of the
find
list. I was at the top of the list, and I was like, I feel like the way Caitlyn Jenner must have felt like when she won Woman of the Year. Like, it's so quick. I got to the top of the list. I'm not even right-wing. Just because I support Trump, I supported him over the rest of the fucking nonsense that was going on when you're trying to push through someone without even a primary.
Here it is.
This is it. I'm number one, bitch. It's kind of funny. Like, they're putting Theo Vaughn in
Lex
there.
Friedman.
Yeah, that's Lex Friedman. That's hilarious to put him in there. Who else they have in there that's ridiculous?
Piers Morgan.
Well, Piers Morgan is kind of right-leaning, I think.
Right.
But I think he's pretty reasonable. I think he's far more of a centrist.
Kill Tony 3.5. I still don't understand how that's a political show.
It's not, but Tony, was at the White House or the
Flagrant 2.8. Yeah.
Flagrant is not a right-wing show, you fucking
They
idiots.
have a bunch of red dots too with no names on them, and then blue dots.
You're allowed to. Shut up, Jamie. Stop being.
names.
I managed to thread the needle of avoiding this.
You're gonna get on there now.
yeah, well,
They're gonna put you on now.
Yeah.
Jamie, those red ones are real. Just shut up.
No, I don't know.
No,
why
they're real. They're all
Red,
real.
blue,
There's a
and
couple of blue ones that are real
Just
too.
put the name. I don't know why they do it that
Fuck
way.
the name.
Yeah.
They're too little to get
Too
a
small.
name.
No one cares. No one gives a fuck.
It's hilarious. It's
Yeah,
very funny.
What do you think of or have you got a proposed reason for why this, is it just a judgment criteria that they're judging shows that aren't right-wing as right-wing? Or is it genuinely that for some reason the left is struggling to make progress in independent media?
Well, they're struggling to make progress in independent media for sure, and they're trying to figure out why. They're trying to figure out why what they are calling right-wing. I think if you looked at all my positions, I think way more of them are left-wing than right-wing.
What are the left-wing positions that you